Hey y'all, this is Southern Woods here. Welcome back to another Ages of Conflict War simulation. Big cats, right? People love the large felines, lions, cougars, tigers, leopards, jaguars, alright? They're all spread across the world. And we always wonder which one is best, which one would win in a one-on-one fight. Well, which one would be victorious if they all were conscious and mobilized and battle and try to take over the world? Alright, forget about humans. Humans have disappeared. These are just the big ol' kitties. Alright, here's what we got. The distribution. The Canadian lynx up here in Canada. That's their territory. We got the tiggle bobcat.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, son.
What you got there?
Big old bobcat.
One of the smaller ones, of course, compared to these others, residing in most of the U.S., a little bit of Canada as well. We have the cougar, all right, mountain lion, a.k.a., stretching from Canada all the way down to Argentina, all right, spread across, of course. Jaguars, going to reside mainly in Brazil, but also some patchiness across Central America. Moving out to Africa, we have the leopard, which is prominent throughout Africa as well as the Middle East and even Asia. Pretty widespread territory. We have the cheetah, mainly in Africa, but a little bit here as well. What else? We have, of course, the lions, which are only in Africa. All right, they may be the king of the jungle, but it's going to be hard for them to be king of the world. And then finally, the last two, we have the snow leopards out here in like the Himalayas, up in the mountains where it's cold, and the tiger really spread across Asia, and then up here, and what is this? Present day China up there. Anyways, who's going to win? What's your favorite big cat? Let's see who wins in this simulation. I don't even know how to describe it, really. We got the bobcats eating the rest of the U.S. There's going to be a race. Leopards. All right, the cheetahs were fast. Blitzkrieg-style attack against the leopards, and they fell. So cheetahs on the move. They are the fastest big cat. The lions, all right, trying to eat up some of this jungle. All right, make sure they don't get taken out, but the cheetahs just so fast wrapping around lion territory. There's a lot of land to grab, so of course, a lot of these lions out here, not lions, cats out here are going to run out of stamina. I would say economy, all right, but, they don't make money, so we'll just keep it at stamina. Tigers, all right, slowly island hopping out here. Cheetahs beating out the snow leopards to get Europe, it looks like, which is very interesting. The Canadian lynx and the cougars are battling it out here in Canada. Let's speed things up a little bit. Again, if you're a fan of leopards, very sorry for you. They got taken out very quickly by the cheetahs. We even have alliances going on because I didn't turn that off. So it's interesting to see who's paired with who. Let's just look at that real quick. I'm interested. It looks like cougars and Canadian lynxes and lions and tigers all teamed up against cheetahs and bobcats. I'm going to run up a different simulation and turn alliances off, but let's see how it plays out here. Jaguars being suffocated by the mountain lions. They got caught up in the middle of the ocean too, as you see there. Cheetahs advancing against the lions, but the lions are just so strong, repelling their attacks. It looks like the mountain lion territory in the U.S. is shrinking, and meanwhile, lions were able to take out the cheetahs. They're going to get a lot of European territory here. Meanwhile, the bobcats were actually conquered by the Canadian lynx. R.I.P. bobcat. Everyone's encroaching on snow leopard territory. The snow leopards, I guess, are the Russians in this simulation. Meanwhile, the cougars, their stamina struggling. So jaguars are actually going to get bigger here as they try to make their way onto the African continent. The snow leopards have officially gone onto Greenland. The jaguars have taken out the Canadian lynx, and the mountain lion. So jaguars have both North and South America. The snow leopards have fallen onto Greenland. Good place for them too, may I add. Snow leopards pushing heavily into lion territory, kicking them out of the Middle East and of Europe, also repelling against the advances of the tigers. All right, lions were conquered by the jaguars. Big battle here. Three-way battle in Madagascar between the jaguars, tigers, and snow leopards. They've all kind of made their way here, interestingly enough. Tigers being kicked out of Madagascar. This is your top three here. So if you're a fan of snow leopards, jaguars, and tigers, represent in the comment section below. Tigers struggling against the advances of the snow leopards. Oh, man. Tigers were conquered by the snow leopards. Jaguars, through a naval invasion, gonna get Australia, though. So it's between the jaguars and the snow leopards. Who's gonna take it all? Or will we have a stalemate? But after quite a bit of simulating, it's turned out to be quite a stalemate at this point. So if the big cats were in an all-out battle royale, all right, for supremacy, no humans involved, snow leopards would stay up in the snow, like Siberia, and then they also get Japan and Korea. But jaguars largely ruling the world. Let's run this up one more time without alliances, because that's something I didn't actually mean to do. All right, and we're just going to go full speed here, see what happens. Leopards were actually conquered by the cheetahs this time, so the cheetahs decided to go... actually, no, that's exactly what happened last time. RIP to leopards is what we've learned. Leopards are just not the best big cat. If your favorite's a leopard, I'm so sorry. Canadian lynx taken out early by the mountain lions, now going against the bobcats, rapidly expanding. But there was somewhat of an insurrection by the jaguars as they now take over Central America. Cheetahs were conquered by the lions once more, although cheetahs weren't nearly able to expand quick enough. So lions almost in sole control of Africa right now. Snow leopards must have a good starting point because they're looking really strong once again. They have good control, and now they've landed into Africa, as well as the tigers. So tigers and snow leopards encroaching on the king of the jungle. This is not good for the lions. They have ran out of stamina. Tigers have officially moved into the mainland continent of Africa. Meanwhile, bobcats were conquered by the mountain lions. And it looks like the lions are going to get a little bit of Canada through that. Also, you know, of course, big cat names. Great team names. As you see, the Lions, the Tigers, both NFL names. We also have the Lions landing in Brazil. So the Lions doing a little bit of naval excursions in case they have to try to bounce into another continent. Very smart. I like that. Especially since they don't have the best stamina compared to these other cats. They press forward with the help of the mountain lions. It looks like the jaguars almost extinct. Extinction. Uh-oh. But the tigers with a swift swat of the paw gonna take out the lions. Gonna get a lot of Africa as the snow leopards get northern Africa. That saves the jaguars briefly. But now the tigers. Uh-oh. Who just landed into Africa? It's going to be the mountain lions landing into the western portion of Africa. This is your final four. Mountain lions, jaguar, snow leopard, and tiger. Playing out somewhat similarly to last time, especially on the European and Asian side of things. Every big cat is now in Africa, but that may not last long. Jaguars somehow still holding on. They've been backed into a corner, into the Amazon jungle forever. Not really able to make anything happen. But now they're fighting back. Never mind, I jinxed them. The Jaguars made another good run, but it's coming down to your final three. We have the Cougars in sole control of North and South America this time around. And then you have the Snow Leopards and Tigers. Large battle for Africa overall, three-way battle. As well as Europe, as the mountain lions land in present-day Spain and Portugal. Alright, I've been simulating for a while. The one thing about doing these large world simulations is once it gets down to the final few, it just takes forever. It's like, it's tough. It's tough to take over the world, so I guess it's accurate. But this is a three-way tie we're going to do because I just don't have the time to be waiting another 20 minutes to see which big kitty is king. However, we can confirm that in North and South America, mountain lions will reign supreme. It's going to, be eons of civil war and unrest in the continent of Africa like it's always been between the tigers, snow leopards, and mountain lions. And then we can comfortably say the snow leopards have sole control of Europe and the Middle East, and then tigers can get a lot of Asia, Australia, alright, the Pacific Islands, and that's just where we will stop it. So if you like this video, hit me with the like button. What's your favorite big cat? Once again, put it in the comment section below. If you want to see more of these simulations, outdoor videos, food reviews, hit that subscribe button and join the Southern Woods community. Give me your suggestions below, and I will see y'all in the next one. Southern Woods out.